we are about to register it.
Okay.
That we can send it afterwards to others as well. I'm sorry, we are only two German speakers, but I think that's fine. So we do it in English. Whenever you have questions, to ask them in German or whatever, that will be okay as well. Well, we have some rules. We expected more people to come, so either be able to mute yourself, that would be nice. We do have about 2 sections, and afterwards we will be happy also to respond to your questions. Yeah, you can always, in the chat function that we have, write down your questions, so I will read it afterwards loud as well. And if that's fine for you, we, as already mentioned, we record the session as well. I'm really happy to welcome you to this short presentation of our products that we have, but I'm also happy to do that together with my colleagues that are here, those who are responsible for the content, Archie Contrat and Emilia Mahendran. They're working on the technical part, but also on the content part right now, which helps really to get faster forward in terms of renewing the contents and creating new contents. And I'm also happy to welcome Sarah, our marketing manager here, who has accompanied all this forwards to go towards this session. We will have 2 sections. First of all, Nimila will present the new products that we have launched that are ready right now to use. And in the second part, I will give a short outlook about the new products that still are in pipeline. And as I said, after each section, we are happy to respond to your questions as well. With that, I'm happy to pass over to Nimila to start with the first part.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for the nice presentation, the introduction, Patrick. So yeah, I will present the new digital learning contents. Do you all see my screen? And do you hear my voice? So that's good. So I will present the 3 new e-learning courses, and the 4th one is an exam simulator. Starting from the first one, which is the Agile Project Management course. This course is meant to give a comprehensive view of how to manage a project that emphasizes values such as flexibility in the work approach, values the team collaboration, and the particularities of the Agile project management is that the deliveries are more frequent, so the release benefits are throughout the project and not only at the end. And in this case, you also value a high customer involvement, and you take into account the feedback of the various stakeholders. So you are prone to welcome change, and you take on an adaptive approach, which also creates trust and empowerment. So this course is a very good support for the certification preparation, so the IPMA Agile and the PMP certification. Wait, I have to change my, okay. Regarding the content, so currently the course is available in 3 languages, so English, German, and French, and it is based on 5 modules and a total of 29 lessons. So just to mention a few lessons or the topics that are included in this course, we have a first introductory module on the different concepts. So for example, what is Agile, which are the Agile methodologies or the Agile mindset. Then we also have lessons that regard, for example, the vision, how to shape a vision, which are the typical Agile guidelines or the common practices. Then we have a module on ceremonies, so how to do a sprint planning, a sprint review, or the sprint retrospectives, and also how to conduct a daily stand-up meeting with your team members. Proceeding, you also have a module on artifacts and methods. So I've mentioned here 2 lessons such as the product backlog or the estimating techniques. And the last module is about the team and the leadership. So for example, how do you lead a project with empathy, or how do you use transversal skills? How do you train team members or mentor relevant stakeholders? Okay, proceeding to the next slide. The second course regards the leading project team. Basically, this course is meant to create a culture and a working environment or a project that contributes to high performance through the use of effective leadership qualities. This course is currently available in English, German, French, but also Spanish. The course is made of 6 modules and a total of 26 lessons. So I've mentioned here the different modules, which are self-reflection and self-management, personal communication, motivation and engagement, leadership, teamwork, problem solving, and negotiation. Our idea is really to take on an approach that further elaborates the soft skills, which is also the direction that the PMI is taking. So we are working on new contents that go into, for example, how to use emotional intelligence when dealing with a challenging project, or which are the communication strategies that can be positive and can be easily adopted when you communicate with your team members, or how do you improve negotiation skills, or how do you deal, for example, with underperforming teams? So these are just to mention a few of the topics that we are creating at the moment. The third course is the PM Predictive Fundamentals and Agile Essential. So basically this course combines the PM Fundamental course and the Agile Essentials. We have an entire module dedicated to the Agile section. And this course is available in English, German, French, and Swedish as well. The last product is an exam simulator. So you might be already familiar with it. You use this exam tool to prepare for the exam. In this case, it's related to the IPMA Level D certification on the Agile practices. And of course, we have aligned the content to the exam content outline. The structure of this exam simulator has a database of more than 100 questions. It lasts half an hour, and it also contains 20 single or multiple choice questions. The tool is currently available in English, German, and French. And if you're interested, you can buy it together with the e-learning course on Agile Project Management. This is mostly from my side. Yeah, I don't know if you have any questions, or maybe Patrick, you can take over.
Yes, probably. Just going to share quickly and show the product as well.
Yeah.
If that's fine as well. Just but if you want to have afterwards a look into the contents, please feel free also to contact us. We're going to attribute you a license as well to this course. As Lima mentioned here, the Agile Project Management course, 5 modules, an introduction ones, and 4 more in-depth modules. The lessons are always the same as we have it before. It's about my key message, then we do have an introduction, or a theoretical introduction to it, then an explanation how to do. We have inserted more and more also kind of illustrations and slides for that. Then always the exercises which we consider as important to repeat, an example about how this can be done, some more exercises, and then a checklist and the pitfall that we do have. The literature as well is updated always to the now here the Agile Guide, the IPMA ICB for the current standard as well, and then also here already the 7 editions of PMI. PMBOK to say. That's the first one. The second one, leading team. Again, here is the 6 modules that we have. It's really about personal skill in terms of dealing with the team. So for example, motivation. Here we do have a little bit more theory. We have really tried to split it up into the most important theories, for examples. But then again, the exercises, example, checklist, and pitfalls, which we consider as important as well. And last but not least, the predictive fundamentals and the Agile one. What I hope you see that as well. Here we do have the 9 modules that we do have already in the Agile course, but then we added also the Agile 6 lessons on Agile Project Management, which might be a good introduction to how to use project management in an Agile way. That might be for clients that are not sure or using a combined approach. So the focus still remains on project management in a predictive way, but there is also a possibility to have an insight in Agile project management. That's shortly about the 3 courses. As I said, if you would like to have well, an in-depth view of what we have done, please feel free. We are happy to add the contents to your accounts as well, so that they can have a look into that. Yeah. Okay. And with that, I'm happy also to open for questions. Do you have any specific question with regard to the contents? Please, yeah, Peter.
The new course, which combines fundamentals and agile, does it have a new pricing also regarding, is it a bit more expensive than the fundamentals course? I believe it has a big potential because people, when we do classic training, waterfall based, always ask for agile approaches, and to have it short in 6 lessons only, I believe is a good way to add to the standard trainings.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. And we have a good news on that. We say we're going to sell it for the same price because, well, there is one additional module. But indeed, as you said, sometimes people not really, let's say, are in between the two, probably more like for how to say, predictive, and then just learn a little bit about Agile. That's the reason that we say, okay, we're going to keep it at the same price. So when you order that, it's just simply that you make sure to give us clear indications that it will be the new course with the Agile module, and then my colleagues will attribute the one. So that's yeah, what we're going to do. Okay, good. Thank you for the question. Any other question from your side? Michelle?
Sorry, I was late to join the webinar. Do you provide at the end some link where we can have more detail?
Yes, we are about to register the seminar, so then afterwards we'll be happy also to share the link. We can also share the presentation. That would be no problem at all. And as I said, if you want to have an access then afterwards to the products that we present, more than happy to do so. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good. Any other questions from your side? I hope I see all of you. And as I said, if there is a question that comes up to your mind, you can always put it back into the chat room. That is open and available for you as well. So we're going to take it up from there. Good. Then I think we're going to continue. Nimia, could you share again the presentation, and then I take it up from there. Great, thank you. So about the upcoming contents. Well, I'm in a lucky position also to have now people dedicated to review the contents, but there is also a lot to do because yeah, frameworks are changing, and we will be up to date for this as well. So the next releases that we are going to do is the following ones. It's which we're going to look at it. It's a PMP related contents, which should be ready end of November. Then the IPM modules, which we are also updating and assuring that they are as comprehensive as possible. Then also Project Management Advanced, which we have already done, but we will also update it in terms of references and so on. And the CAPM exam, which I would like to talk a little bit more in details afterwards as well. We can pass to the next slides. So it's about the the digital content in terms of PMP certification preparation. And just to make sure, as we are a PMI ATP authorized training partners, we see this really in combination with the instructor-led PMP certification preparation. That's how PMI wants to certifications to be done by instructors. We, however, think that there is a need also to amend the material that you have through PMI or others, and to really give some more in-depth information and background to best prepare for the certification. So the course that we are about to prepare, we see it as a further tool for information, as a further, let's say, not a book, but really a source for explanation, for more in-depth training that you can do. And we see it also to give more time to the instructor to give the overall picture, to assist the participant or the trainees in really prepare for the exam. So that's what we want to do. And we will have, if you can switch to the next slide, please, 4 modules that will comprehend all the different information that is needed for certification preparation. The first one is about framework. The framework is really to give the overall about project management. It's about giving an in-depth instruction to what is predictive project management and what is agile project management. So you have some of the titles of the lessons below. So that's really to create the framework in which people can work then afterwards. The second module will be about people. This is the soft skills. This is a more relevant right now for the PMP exam. So we have been updating that. We have been adding more lessons to that and really focus about team building, leadership. It focuses on success factors of project management, but also stakeholder integration and so on. So these are soft skills, even though I don't always like this name, but those competencies that so far PMI was not focusing at, but now there is more and more relevance for that, and that's what we have put together in the module people. The module processes will be probably more or less what we know already about PMBOK 6. These are all the processes for planning, executing a project. So these are summarized in this module here. It's really about risk management. It's about resources and costs, scheduling, and the deliverable. Here we do have some more aspect of agile project management included as well, since also PMBOK 7 and also the PMP preparation materials, they take the 2 different approaches together. And the last module, which is not that big as well, it's more like business environment. Here it's really focusing all about what is around the project, what makes the business and the project come together. So it's focusing on the value creation, it's focusing on compliance and so on. All these important but sometimes neglected elements of project management that also are key contributors to success. So these 3 modules we comprehend, we don't know it exactly, about more than 70 lessons. It's not meant to go through all, but it's meant to be a support in preparing for the exam, together also with the exam tools that we have. That's for the time being about PMP related digital contents. And the last point that I would like to add is about the exam CAPM. You can go, yeah, to the next slide, exactly. So this is just an information for you as well. PMI has announced that also CAPM exam will change in early 2023. The exact date has not yet published it, but they will do so. And the new CAPM exam will be based on 4 domains. So again, they don't match anymore with the PMBOK. There are completely new domains here. There's project management fundamentals and core concepts, which it's about project management as such. Then it's more like the predictive plan-based methodologies, which is certainly the PMBOK 6, that always only cover 70% anymore from the entire exam. Then Agile frameworks and methodologies, which really includes the new approaches to project management, and final business analysis frameworks, where they put a lot of emphasis on as well, which covers more like scope development, value creation, and so on. So there will certainly be an important shift towards the last point, and that's what we're doing as well with our exams. So we are currently reviewing all the questions that we have in there, putting new questions in there, and also flagging the questions according to the new 4 domains that will be relevant for passing the exam. So this is work that we do. We'll be ready for issuing the new exam in accordance with the hopefully soon published date when the new exam will put into force. There's still some work to do, but we are on a good track as well. In terms of also the preparation, so it's not only PMBOK anymore, 7th or 6th editions that will count. They have listed different books that are relevant, and also there is more like digital contents available on the website, which is called PMI Standards Plus. So there people probably need to also look for some information to be well prepared for the exam. As I said, PMI has not expressed yet how the preparation will be done, so we will look into that, follow up all the news from the PMI side as well. Okay, this concludes from my side the second part. Any questions with regard to the upcoming tools that we are working on? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Does it mean that the people who are preparing, say, PM or a PMP should have additional books instead of just a PMBOK?
That's exactly what it means. Yeah. I've seen the list. Now I couldn't find it anymore on PMI website. They have published once a list with the new books. There are some standards that they have published on BA. That means business analysis. So there are some books already available on PMI standards, which should be taken into account. PMI Agile Guide might be helpful also to prepare for all which is related to Agile Project Management. So there are different books. With PMP, the new PMP exam, which was put into force in beginning of 2021, PMI really separated the exam content outline and PMBOK. So there are different tools that we need to know. There are different approaches as well. So whatever counts right now is make sure that we do have the exam content outline, that we understand what it means. And normally they also publish a handbook or a guidance handbook, I guess they call it, for to take the exam. So this will be relevant for preparation as well. The handbook for CAPM I have seen once, but now I couldn't find it again. The next time I see it, I will certainly save it. And if you need to have some inputs about that, be happy to provide you that. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome, Chef. Any other questions? Please. Also, if you want just to put it down in the chat, that's fine too. Okay, just to check again. Good. Well, if there are no other questions, I would like to thank you for your attention. Also, my partners here, my staff for the presentation, especially Nimila, but also Agile for preparing all the tools behind that, which is always a big challenge as well. But I think we now are in a good process to provide quickly new tools, and that's what we continue. It's important to us to be really at the level that we can say we can create new contents and we adapt to the changing standards, which are frequent right now. So we change. And please feel free if you do have any questions also afterwards, if you want to have a specific information to contact us. Yeah, Michel, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Patrick. I had the information a few months ago that STS is preparing a new version of Simultrend. Is it already done or is it still on the plan?
No, that's we are about to recollect that. That will be certainly a major update, which will take some time. So we are on it, but there is nothing that we can show yet. We will certainly, we do have a step further on as well, inform you and call a conference like that to inform you about the changes.
Okay, that means for the moment, no change. We do as we did before.
Exactly, that's true.
Thank you.
As for, well, I think it covers all the major aspects right now for project management from predictive way of doing it. So this is a stable product, but there will be an update from our side, certainly, but this will be a major one now.
If you are looking for testing people, I will be happy to participate.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, that's what we take up with pleasure as well. Indeed. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that as well. Any other question from your side? Okay. If this is not the case, then I think we're going to close the session here right now. Thank you again for your attention, for your participation. It's always good also for us to reconnect with our partners, which is always a pleasure to me as well. And as I said, if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. The easiest way is always our support help desk that we have on our website, because then you are sure to be, the questions are taken up by those who are really competent to answer. So we share that internally, and this is a good tool as well. Okay, with that, I thank you again. I wish you a nice evening, and I'm looking forward to see you again around at some occasion. Now that would be nice as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening and talk to you soon again.
Thank you very much. Same for you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.